Look at this. The top thing, Twitter, by the way, if you don't have control over your emotions, Twitter must be driving people crazy right now. Coronavirus symptoms from the CDC: fever, cough, and this is the key one that I find really interesting: shortness of breath. And look at this, look at this picture they got here. I mean, this right here, if you don't have control over your emotions, you will get shortness of breath just looking at this picture. You will start to have trouble breathing. Guys, if you didn't know, anxiety anxiety can cause you to have a shortness of breath. So I find it very interesting that according to the CDC, the top three symptoms of coronavirus, one of the top three is shortness of breath. You will literally have shortness of breath scrolling through Twitter. And I have to wonder, honestly, how many people who are short of breath because they're panicked have checked themselves into the hospital thinking they got coronavirus. And then the number of people checking themselves into the hospital goes up. And then you go to the hospital, now you're surrounded by sick people. Just sick people in general, not necessarily corona, just sick people in general. And even if it is corona, other people around you. Next thing you know, you went in because you had shortness of breath because you're anxious, because you're preparing for corona. And the next thing you know, you're in the hospital, shortness of breath from anxiety. The next thing you know, you get the damn coronavirus because you're sitting next to other people in the hospital who have the coronavirus. Look at this, coronavirus, and you see a picture of Times Square in the background. This crazy motherfucker looks like he's running for his life with a face mask on. U.S. cities close bars, restaurants, and cinemas. These headlines, these are the image here of Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders elbowing each other instead of shaking each other's hand. This is, man, this thing punches you with fear. And when I see things like this, my instinct is to psychologically bulldoze into it because the alternative is to flinch in fear. And when I start to flinch, now I'm in a state, now I'm in a panic state, I'm in an anxiety state. Now I feel like shit. I'm worrying, but right now there's no doubt that the preparation for the virus is way worse. It's caused more suffering. And people say, "Oh my God, you don't care about the victims of the virus. You don't care about the kids who can't get baby formula because their parents are out of work and they're running out of money to feed their babies. You don't give a fuck about that. So stop with your bullshit. Stop with the wizardry. You need to react to the empirical stats, not to the fear mongers. Honestly, it's repulsive. It's repulsive to see the panic because panic is contagious. It's contagious as fuck. There's nothing like talking to someone who's got that slightly disgruntled, scared look on their face, and you can just feel the anxiety permeating out from them. You can just feel it permeating out from them. It's contagious. It's so easy for you to just start worrying too. And some of the people in my life around me, they've got that worrying attitude, and it's contagious, and it takes you gotta have control over your emotions, bro. And it's interesting because like 7 years ago, I had some pretty bad anxiety issues, and I tried to figure. I researched it, tried to figure out what the fuck's going on. Why do I feel anxious all the time? And I even talked to a psychologist for a couple visits to see if she could help me work through what the fuck was going on. And this lady just wanted me to take pills, which I didn't, because I'm like, fuck you, I'm out. Um, and then eventually I just found a technique for literally curing the anxiety. And the technique behind it is you basically just radically full on accept the fear. Like you radically in your mind all the concepts of anxiety and fear you have of what if this and what about that and this is freaking me out. You literally just you have to allow those fears to totally consume you. In a way, it's almost like the negative feelings of anxiety is caused by you being in a constant state of flinching almost. And that's where it's almost like that's where the anxiousness and the negativity comes from because you're constantly flinching because of this thing you're worried about. And it's almost like the only way to to get rid of the negative stress of the anxiety is to put your shoulders down, put your guard down, and literally allow what's freaking you out to just engulf you, just completely engulf you and consume you. And it worked for me. If you actually let it totally consume you, you emerge the other side feeling good. You just feel good again. And that worked for me, and a bunch of other people say it works for them. But you have to at least have the seedling of courage to allow to sit there and take. And it literally took a few seconds for a couple months of feeling constantly anxious, a couple seconds of just allowing it to consume me, like 2 seconds of just, okay, do what you're going to do. And I immediately started feeling better. It was crazy. So, make of that what you will, but fear is contagious. And every time I interact with somebody who's worried about coronavirus or is freaking out, and I can just feel the anxiety coming, my instinct is just head on ram into it. I'm at the point now where somebody's like, oh my God, I know somebody who had a, I know somebody, I, I know somebody at work who has it. I might have it. Literally, my mentality is, yo, let me go to your house right now. I want to hang around you. I want you to make me a cough sandwich.
Guys, that's only a about 10-minute clip from an hour and a half long stream where we deep dived into it. The full stream is available right now over on the uncensored free speech platform called Library. The link is in the description. They're actually giving out some free cryptocurrency as an incentive for you to check out their website. YouTube is mass demonetizing anybody who isn't CNN and has an opinion about this worldwide issue called the corona nonsense, but not Library. Library isn't doing that. So again, the link is right down there in the description. Click it, LBRY. They're giving out some free crypto. And while you're there, peruse their incredible library of uncensored free speech content. It's fantastic. You need to get over there and check it out. I'll see you soon.